you know, the Tiger tank. But what about the exploding Beetle? Or the motorcycle tank hybrid? Today on WarSpecs, we are breaking down every single vehicle used by the German army in World War II. From the legends to the madness. Let's begin. Let's start with the Panzer I. Originally designed as a training vehicle, it was never meant for war. Armed only with 2 machine guns and paper-thin armor, it relied entirely on speed. If you were a crewman inside this tin can, you were praying not to be seen. Next is the Panzer II. A stopgap measure featuring a 20mm autocannon. It could chew up infantry, but against enemy tanks, it was useless. However, its reliable chassis later became the backbone for German artillery. Then came the Panzer XXXV-T. This wasn't German at all. It was Czech. Seized after the annexation, it featured a riveted design and kept the German army moving when their own production wasn't enough. The Panzer XXXVIII was arguably the best light tank of the early war. Also Czech-built, it was reliable, robust, and packed a 37mm punch. Without these, the invasion of France might have failed. Moving to the Panzer III. Designed as Germany's primary tank fighter, it introduced the 3-man turret. This was a revolution in tactical efficiency, allowing the commander to focus purely on the battle. But the true legend was the Panzer IV. This was the only German tank to remain in production throughout the entire war. Upgraded constantly with thicker armor and bigger guns. It was the soldier that showed up to work every single day. And the Stu-G3. Take a Panzer III chassis, remove the turret, and put a big gun right in the hull. It was cheap, low to the ground, and perfect for ambushes. The Stu-G actually destroyed more Allied tanks than any other German vehicle. In 1941, Germany met the Soviet T-34. Their guns couldn't penetrate it. Panic set in. The response? The big cats. In 1941, Germany met the Soviet T-34. Their guns couldn't penetrate it. Panic set in. The response? The big cats. Then, the most famous silhouette in history, the Tiger I. A boxy, heavy fortress. Its 88mm gun could kill anything from 2 kilometers away. It was a psychological weapon, but a logistical nightmare. Germany didn't stop there. They built the King Tiger. A 70-ton beast with the armor of a battleship. From the front, it was nearly invincible. But its massive weight destroyed bridges and burned through fuel tanks in minutes. When you are losing a war, you hide. Enter the Marder series. These were desperate inventions. Massive anti-tank guns bolted onto obsolete chassis. The crew was exposed, but the gun could knock out anything. The Nashorn, or Rhinoceros. Basically a long-range sniper rifle on tracks. No armor, just a massive gun designed to kill tanks before they even knew you were there. The Hetzer. Small, cramped, and built on the old Czech chassis. It was like a refined cockroach, hard to kill, hard to spot, and dangerous in numbers. The Hetzer. Small, cramped, and built on the old Czech chassis. It was like a refined cockroach, hard to kill, hard to spot, and dangerous in numbers. Finally, the Jagdtiger. The heaviest armored fighting vehicle to ever see service. It carried a 128mm gun. It could destroy a house, through another house. But it mostly broke down before reaching the battlefield. For artillery, we had the Wesp and the Hummel. Self-propelled guns that allowed the heavy firepower to keep pace with the tanks, raining destruction from miles away. Then, the urban monster, the Sturmtiger. Look at that barrel. It fired a 380mm rocket. It was designed to level entire city blocks with a single shot. And the Panzerwerfer 42. A half-track mounted rocket launcher. Soldiers called it the Screaming Mimi because of the terrifying sound the rockets made. Tanks get the glory, but logistics win wars. The Opel Blitz truck carried the Wehrmacht. Simple, reliable, and everywhere. Without this truck, the tanks would have no ammo. The Hanomag half-track. It allowed infantry to survive the shrapnel-filled battlefields. It was the battle taxi of the Panzer Grenadiers. The Hanomag half-track. It allowed infantry to survive the shrapnel-filled battlefields. It was the battle taxi of the Panzer Grenadiers. And finally, the Goliath. A remote-controlled mine. A tiny tracked vehicle filled with explosives. The operator would drive it via a wire into a bunker and detonate it. A primitive drone. From the massive King Tiger to the humble Opel truck, German engineering was a mix of genius and madness. Which one would you choose to command? Let us know in the comments. This is WarSpecs, signing off.